The Paris Agreement was adopted in 2015 and involved the overwhelming majority of the countries of the world making a well-intentioned commitment to stopping or at least minimizing the effects of climate change. But at the time of the agreement, very few people understood what specifically that would require. What kinds of capital investments will it take to deliver the infrastructure that will underpin the transition to low-carbon energy sources? What feedstock materials, in particular metals, will we need, and how much will it take? Even now, several years later, there's still so much that lies ahead of us to make the energy transition happen. This to-do list can basically be divided into two parts. The first concerns building the infrastructure that we'll need to make clean energy sources possible. As you can see in this figure here, showing the different ways that energy gets delivered to the global market, the penetration of renewables currently rounds only to about 10%, and already we're hearing about huge dislocations in the market as companies and governments scramble to get their hands on critical minerals and the other materials that they'll need. And let's be clear, they're going to need a lot. To reach the goal of net zero by 2050, the world will need to mine more copper in the next 25 years than has been mined in all of human history so far. And as you can see in this figure here, there are other minerals that will have to scale up by even more than that. Some recent estimates from the International Energy Agency suggest that we might need to increase lithium production by 40 times versus what we produced in 2020, and cobalt and nickel by about 20 times. So how are we going to achieve these colossal production gains? Just using brute force and only using our current technologies probably can't get us all the way there. We'll almost certainly need some breakthrough new technologies. The second part of the problem involves dealing with the legacy energy systems that we already have. Because whatever our feelings might be about the oil, natural gas, and coal mining infrastructure that we currently have, the current trends suggest that they'll probably be with us for many years to come. And it's clearly not perfect, but by applying technology, there's considerable scope for reducing their emissions or capturing and storing carbon emissions where they will do less damage to the environment. Now, the great news here is that for both parts of this problem, that is securing the materials that we'll need to build the clean energy infrastructure and reducing the environmental footprint of our legacy systems, there's one thing that will significantly help us on both fronts: developing and deploying new technologies in the extractive industries, which includes the mining and energy sectors. This course is about giving you the know-how and the toolbox that you'll need to deliver that. In this course, we're going to be discussing topics that are at the heart of at least 3 UN Sustainable Development Goals: SDG 7, Affordable and Clean Energy; SDG 9, Industry, Innovation and Infrastructure; and SDG 13, Climate Action. We'll unpack a broad range of topics like getting to the bottom of why innovation processes in the extractive industries have historically been so slow compared to what happens in the rest of the marketplace; how to articulate and explain the value of technologies to stakeholders; the idea of open innovation and the best way to leverage the resources and experience of suppliers, collaborators, and outside organizations; how to measure and manage your innovation portfolio to better understand how the constituent technologies are progressing. My name is Robert Perrins. I'm a professor of technology management and strategy at the Queensland University of Technology in Brisbane, Australia. Prior to this role, I worked for many years for Shell International's upstream division, including a stint as the company's executive coordinator of global research and development working out of the Netherlands. These days, I also serve the United Nations UNECE community as a member of their expert group for resources and energy. And it won't be just me sharing my own experiences and perspectives. Throughout the course, I'll also be leveraging interviews and discussions with thought leaders from industry, academia, and governments around the world. The extractive industries clearly have an important role to play in making the energy transition happen in a useful time frame, and they will almost certainly need a lot of new technology to deliver that. With the skills and know-how in this course, we're going to improve our chances of getting that right.